God.
Girl, I have my heart. I don't know.
What
This
a weekend to be alive. What a weekend to be a fan of the good old pigskin of a football. Look at us with our dunks.
Oh my God, girl. Was it a freaking... Wait, where did you get that?
I did what you told me to do, and I went to the dunk store, and Lord help me, I cannot believe I bought myself another tumbler.
Well, considering you work for a company that makes them, I can't either. But
yes,
that's
but
cute.
I had to have a dunks one.
I like it.
Yes.
I think I might need to go invest in one because I only have the mug.
The mug is cute though, and that one is Boston specific. So
yes,
okay.
it is.
Okay. Well, first of all, I had COVID.
Yes, you had the vid.
But it was the perfect time to have it because I stayed in, all weekend and watched every single game. Like football was pulsing through my veins. It was insane.
Yep.
So let's start with the Bills and the Chiefs game. That was we'll just basically start from the most recent. Like that, and then work our way back.
I mean, mind freaking blown. That was like a duel for the ages. It was so good.
It was so good, and it was so back and forth. And to be honest with you, as you know, I hate the Bills with a fiery passion for some reason.
You and me both,
Don't ask
sister.
me why.
Oh no, we were born and raised that way.
Yeah, it's just like it's part of who I am. But my God, like at the end of that was like, the Bills deserved that game.
Yeah, you felt for them. I don't know if they were robbed. I think it was a great game. I think the Chiefs game. The Chiefs got lucky with that damn coin toss, though. They won the coin toss. They got the ball down the field. If it was the other way around, I think it would have been the other way around.
Well, that's why I say they got robbed. Exactly that point, because I just feel like with the coin toss, if Josh Allen were to have said heads instead of tails, it would have been, we would have been sending the Bills to the AFC Championship. So it's hard to say. But either way, both teams just completely giving it their all. But how crazy that every single game kind of came down to the kicker.
Well, no, that was nuts. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that where an extra point or a field goal or something needed to happen. Holy crap, my heart was in my throat for those kickers. I couldn't watch. I was like doing this, like looking through my fingers because I kept getting so nervous. What if they miss? Then their whole lives I feel so bad for them, Like they miss, that's it.
Would never want to be an NFL kicker because I'm pretty sure I would shat my pants every single time.
Yeah,
not every single time, but every single time it came down to a game-winning decision, a game-winning, I couldn't. That would be so much pressure. I'd be like, nope, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm out.
Yep.
I cannot.
But I was like watching these guys and I was just like praying for them silently, like please don't miss, because then that's just going to be on you, and that's too sad.
I know. It's just so terrible. But we were just talking about overtime, and I guess I was reading something that Kansas City, sorry, I have COVID brain. Like I cannot.
Oh no, girl, the COVID. Yeah, I don't remember. I had to go get like another test taken, and I drove to the testing site, but don't remember how I drove there. So I'm like, probably should not have been driving.
Oh my gosh, I can't think of words.
The words are hard. It was a thing for me. My clients were like, "What are you trying to tell me?" And I was like, "I don't know.
What is my life?" Kansas City proposed something to the NFL. Back in 2019, when basically the Patriots, won in overtime against the Chiefs for the AFC Championship. And I remember they presented something, I don't know if it was a change in overtime rules, but basically it got denied. And they got denied because here it is working out.
Yeah, seriously.
Favor. But what do you think about overtime? Do you think that the NFL needs to look into that? Because it really, me personally, I think they should play the entirety of the 15 minutes, regardless of whether someone gets touchdown or not.
It's interesting because I think they used to do that. I think way back I think way back, that was the way that it was, at least if memory serves me, I think that's what it was. But honestly, those guys have already played 4 quarters of this game where they're getting destroyed. And then you want to put them through a whole nother quarter, another 12, technically 12 minutes, but it's going to be another half an hour where these guys are getting beaten and pummeled. And like, I think that's a lot to take on someone's body. I think if they played the full time, that's another thing that they weren't prepared for. I think it comes down to a battle of strengths. If the Bills defense hadn't been exhausted and could have stopped Kansas City to at least a field goal, and then they would have gotten the ball back and at least tried. But unfortunately, their defense couldn't stop them, and it was just a luck of the draw. I don't want to see it change because that's watching way too much football for me. Like, I love football, but that's a whole nother half an hour of a heart attack that I'm having now. And that's like too much on these guys. Like, they're all right. Like, the injuries, and then they have to go play another playoff game. Like, ugh. So yeah, that's where I stand on it. Like, yeah, it sucks. It really does suck that the Bills didn't get it back to go. I don't know if it would have made a difference because I do think Kansas City would have put a stop to it. So. Yeah.
See, my thought is, I mean, your points are valid. Everything you said makes sense. But to me, I'm like, rub some dirt on it. It's football. You're professionals. You get paid millions. Play another 15 minutes.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at. But imagine you getting hit in the head for 2 hours straight.
Hey, listen, it's a life I could have chose, and I didn't.
So, I'm like, wait, I don't know what kind of sport you would be playing where you're going to be bashing your head against someone for 2 hours, but cool.
I mean, that's basically online dating for me. So,
accurate. Banging, except instead of a wall, it's a computer or a phone.
That's true. No, I'm just kidding. I totally get it, and you're absolutely right. And it's just one of those things where it was like we said, it was a back and forth game. Both those teams played to the max. Like some of those touchdowns were just amazing. You had Davis in the end zone at the 2-minute mark, which completely changed the game. It was just going back and forth. And then
the fact that with 13 seconds, the Bills came and scored a touchdown. Then 13 seconds, Kansas City took it all the way and tied the game. Like, how do you, like, that is, those plays that they made, I was watching them going, oh my God, those are such good play calls. This is really good freaking football. Like, holy crap.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, when that game came on, it was like the last of the 4. And I was I was a little checked out. Like I said, I hate the Bills. I'm like, whatever. But then it just, as soon as that second half hit and you're just watching it go back and forth, and literally I'm like, oh my God, this is just a nail biter. And it was just, people were saying it was one of the best games in football history. And it really was. It was just, you don't find talent like that, so not our Chiefs. I was talking about the Chiefs play my Bengals coming up.
All right, your Bengals? Oh, no.
Hey, girl, you laughed at me when I said that I thought that they were going to beat the Titans, and they did. So, I mean, we'll get to that game a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was a game too. But I will give that to you. I mean, hey, they're playing, again, great freaking football. So I'm excited. I'd be very surprised if they won, but I guess that's what this season is.
Actually, no, let's get into it. I was going to go to Bucks Rams next because that was the game. No. But let's talk about Bengals.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Titans, because, all right, so in week 17, Bengals played the Chiefs, and Bengals won. It was only 34-31, but still. And freaking Mahomes said to Burrow, he was like, I'll see you in the playoffs. It's like he predicted it. And
I think when there's such talented quarterbacks right now. I mean, like, it's just so cool.
Well,
they're so
young. Well, they're really old.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to get to that too. Oh my God. But yeah, no, I'm excited to watch this kid play. It's a lot of fun. Mahomes is just, I think I was a little iffy on him at the start of the season because the Chiefs sucked, and I was like, what is happening? But man, he's, especially after this last game, I'm like, all right, faith is back in this guy. So I think it's going to be a great matchup. But yeah, I think
I'm set. You know where I stand on it. I mean,
I
I
do.
am not gonna like become a Bengals fan like forever. Obviously, I'm Pats fan through and through. But while I need to root for the underdog, I'm going to root for the underdog. And my
Okay.
golly, if they make it to the Super Bowl, I swear to God. And hey, listen, I laugh at me all you want, but
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at your my golly, because in my head I just kept going, my golly, Miss Molly, and I
oh
was
my
like,
golly.
oh my,
I don't even know where that came from. My golly, what is that? Who am I? I'm,
I
I'm in the
don't
South
know.
now. We drop less f bombs and say more my gollies.
Oh
Um,
God,
yeah, and y'all need Jesus and stuff like that. So anyway,
y'all.
yeah, y'all. Um,
Oh. But
the
yes,
other thing
keep
I thought
going.
was so cute, right? So as if you already don't know my love affair with Joe Burrow, Evan McPherson, the kicker
Yep,
for the Bengals, before he even took the field, like
I
talk about pressure.
I
Did you
know.
hear what he said?
Yes, but you go. I want
Oh,
you to
no,
say
no,
it for them.
before he took the field, he says to the guys, like, with so much confidence, he's like, "I guess we're going to the
Yeah,
AFC Championship." Like, could you
I
imagine
know.
having that
And
much
then
confidence?
to kick it and turn around already knowing it went in, but not watching it, dude didn't know. Dude just like turned around and was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What?"
I
Yeah,
I love it. I was watching
I know.
his interview on, one of the roundtables at ESPN, and they interviewed him, and they were like, "What was your celebratory drink?" And he was like, "Water."
That is such an innocent, beautiful answer. Water.
I was like, "These guys are so young, and they're just so, like, taking care of their bodies, and
Yeah.
oh my
I mean,
god,
it's different from back in the day. Like, they used to go out and just, at least the players that I heard about, would just party like crazy after
yeah."
games. So I'm
I'm
like, that's
sure
changed.
I'm sure they will after the season's over
After,
regardless,
yes.
because there's a lot to
Yes.
celebrate. But yeah, okay, so
Exactly.
now that we've dove into them, you know where I stand with
Yeah, I do.
them.
I do. I'm excited. I won't lie. I am excited to watch them play. I am going to go opposite of you, even though I do not like Kansas City, but I think we should have a fun little argument about like what's going to happen. So I'll say Kansas City, but I don't really want them to. So that's just so that we have like a little
I love it.
thing.
I love the feud.
Yeah,
It's great. It's gonna be
like a
great.
mini feud.
Yeah, a mini feud.
Mini little feud. But can we talk about Jimmy G playing not great football, but he played through a little sprained owie and they won.
Wait, yeah, now
Yeah. He sprained his something in his throwing hand.
during the game or
No,
prior?
this was before. And it affected him the last game. And then it got even worse because they were playing in Green Bay and it was it felt like 0 degrees.
Yeah.
And so he every time he threw, it was pulling against whatever the injury was. And you could see some of his passes were just like, what are you doing? But their defense, holy shit.
Yep.
So fun to watch
Yep.
that defense. I was like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say about that same game. The defense is incredible. Um, really excited for Jimmy. Really excited for Garoppolo. I mean, that is going to be amazing. And they'll take on the Rams. So it's fun because it's both in California. So neither one will have to deal with the weather
yep.
situation. But yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize that he was hurt, which is probably huge that I didn't know that, but like, ugh,
Well, no, I didn't know it at first either. And then when I was watching it, I was overheard it and I was like, oh, that can't be good for whatever you're trying to do there. But man,
but it
way
was
to
that
step
defense
up.
on the
Yeah.
game. I mean, a very low scoring game,
Oh my God, so
13 to
low.
10.
I
Again,
know.
it comes down to the
Down
damn
to the field.
kicker.
Yep.
And again, if it were me, shatting my pants. I just
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, that's why they get paid the big bucks and they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
get hurt for these reasons that we saw in literally 3 of the 4 technically
I
playoff
I
games.
just yeah, I mean, I loved what their defense did against Green Bay special teams in like the block punt and then another block punt and then running it in for a touchdown. Like how or was that a block field goal? I can't remember. Either way, they like that D, holy crap.
And they sacked Aaron like 5 times.
Yeah.
Oof,
Yeah.
oof.
I have some select I don't know how I feel. We'll just save that one for later.
I
About him.
about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I there was a lot today, that came out about which again with Brady as well about like what does their future look like? Are they
Yeah.
done? And Aaron straight up said after the game, he's like, I don't want to be a part of a rebuilding year. And
Yeah.
I was reading that Green Bay is already in debt with their salary cap. So, it's like, can they even afford to keep these big guys that have contracts that are up?
Yep.
It probably would be more in Green Bay's favor during the draft pick to get some young guys, get some rebuilding. So Aaron doesn't want to be a part of that rebuilding year. He probably doesn't want to have to deal with a lot of new guys. He doesn't want to have to see the guys leave that he's, been playing with for so long. And I don't know. What do you think?
He's been wanting to leave Green Bay for a while. So, I don't know. I
Like, do
think
you think he's done? Or do you think
with
he's just going to go somewhere
football,
else? Yeah.
no. I don't think I mean, although if he keeps saying stuff like that about like rebuild, it depends on the team, I guess. If he was to be offered a spot on a team that's already kind of established or then maybe, but he I don't see him stopping. I feel like I mean, he's a great player, but that team has been terrible. And if he can go to a team that has the weapons and is good, I think he'll jump at that.
You
I
think
don't
he'll
know
pull
who
like a
that will
Tom
be,
Brady?
but
Yeah.
well, yes, except Tom's better than him, but I think he'll do something like that. Although the Bucks weren't very good, but they had the weapons that Tom wanted. So
Yeah.
Tom made it work. I think if Aaron Rodgers did something similar, I think it would be really interesting to watch him play for a different team. I'd be about it.
I I'd be about it too. I don't know why Aaron Rodgers is just like I feel like bro, take a shower.
Yeah, the hair. The
He's a little
hair.
greasy.
Yeah, just a tad greasy.
And he just kind of like intimidates me a little bit. Everyone's like, "Oh, like Tom Brady, like they say what they want about him or like whatever." But it's just like I don't know. I would not want to have a beer with Aaron Rodgers. I'd have a beer with TB,
Oh,
but
I'd
Aaron just
100% have a beer with TB, but
but, like,
no, I
in terms of
agree.
conversation, I feel
Yes.
like Tom would be, very and I just feel like Aaron I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I just feel he just scares me a little.
You know what's funny is I have a weird it's not intimidation so much as it's like a weird feeling. Like I don't know. I don't know.
But I also feel like, he's with Shailene Woodley, so I just feel like together they're very, like, environmentalists and, like, kind of
Yeah.
like,
I
you know?
mean, to each his damn own. That's cool. I think you know what's funny is Tom Brady's kind of all this my body is a temple.
That's true.
I
He is.
meditate, but
Yes.
he's very clean.
Yes.
Or at
Yes.
least he looks very clean.
He's very clean. I would say I feel like Aaron is a little bit more like I've been in the woods for a few weeks hippie, and I
Yes,
feel like
mountain man.
yes, and I feel like TB12 is more like let me go to
A very expensive
yes,
meditation retreat.
yes, like a
Yes.
meditation retreat in the
Yes.
mountains where
Yes.
you're like getting
Where
all
you
the
just get the smoothies and do all the ceremonies and just connect to your body.
yes. I
Yeah.
did just buy something weird on
What?
Amazon. I didn't get it yet, but next podcast when I have it, I'll start by using it and people that are listening will have to watch on YouTube so they can see what I'm doing. It came up on my sponsored I didn't even know this was a thing. It came up on my like sponsored whatever thing on Instagram, and it was someone that was, like, cupping her face, and I've never done cupping before. I know you have done cupping on your
Oh,
back.
I've seen a facialist doing it
Yes, and
recently.
it's like facial cupping, and, like, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god," because I get very self-conscious about my I don't have a defined line here. Like, I don't have, like, bone structure. I don't have a defined jawline, and I need it to be a little bit more like, without getting the surgery done.
I
So,
mean, I'm interested to see it. I saw, like, this, like, teeny tiny baby cups going up this girl's
yes,
face, and I was
and they
like,
they have
"Oh, that
different
looks
sizes, and so I got, like, the 5-pack, and so we're gonna
ooh,
see. I'm gonna cut my
okay.
face. It's gonna be great.
That's gonna be amazing. I'm
Heard
very
it's very
excited to see this."
relaxing.
It
Yeah.
looks very relaxing. I have a
So,
a dry brush that I use every once in a while to exfoliate, and that always makes me feel like I'm glowing after.
see, already we'd be
I
having
know.
beers with TB and talking about our facial cupping,
Taking
whereas Aaron
care of
Rodgers
our
wouldn't even
skin.
get it.
Yeah, no, he'd be like, "What?" But anyways, speaking of TB, um, oh my god,
Let's talk about that game.
that game.
Let's talk about that game. Bucks
I
Rams.
Girl, so Brady did what he always does, which is coming back in the second half. Always, always without fail. You and I both know we've had multiple heart attacks about it. Like, it is not fun to watch when it gets like that. But that's where he's like the best, is when he's under that pressure. And sure enough, phenomenal, like, and that in that second half. But
I can't believe that. Oh, go ahead.
no, I just could not believe that the Rams came out that strong and just I was shocked.
I can't believe the Bucks came back 27-3 in the second half, like you said.
Yep.
Brady throwing that 77-yard pass or whatever it
Ugh.
was. I was like, this is why. This is why he's the GOAT.
Yep. I was
That
listening
pass.
to the announcers and they were like, he's playing the best football he's ever played. And I'm like, I said that last week. Brady doesn't look like he's fading, which is why I don't, again, we'll get to that part. But I'm like, dude could play for freaking ever right now.
Yes.
But
However, I think not the turning point, I'm sorry. I think what kind of delayed them in the beginning was bloody Brady. I
oh,
just think
bloody Brady.
I think Brady and his bloody freaking lip, he was just like, "Did you just wound a god, Miller? Like, did you just wound me with your helmet?" And I think he was
Yeah.
sort of a little taken aback by that he could bleed on the field, and it kinda shook him a little.
I don't doubt that. But that thing I sent you with Ben Stiller, it being like, no one makes me bleed my own blood. I like died when I saw that because that's how I feel like he would have reacted. Like, completely. No one makes me bleed my own blood. But
And did he get
yeah.
his was it okay, I may have totally misunderstood the announcer, but was that his first unsportsmanlike conduct ever? He got a penalty after that. I
You
feel like the
know,
announcer said that was his first, call on unsportsmanlike
I
conduct.
don't know. I don't know if it is because I'm having like a memory of a game that I don't know if it was, but he he used to get really angry. If
He gives lip to
remember,
the refs,
yeah,
I feel like.
he usually does. So I don't know though, but it could be his first one. I wouldn't be surprised because Bill would have never let that shit fly. So
That's
I don't
true.
think Brady would have done anything close to that with the Pats. But yeah, that could very well be his first one.
But, yeah.
But
What where were we
holy shit.
going after I said that, but I felt like you were taking
Oh
it somewhere.
no, I think it did throw him. I think Brady is a very mental dude, and he even said it in his show that I still need to give you the password on, but he envisions the game before it even happens. Like the night before, he'll envision what's going to happen during the game. Like he'll play it out, he'll like he'll see it, right?
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure that was not in his vision of what he saw in this game. So, yeah, I think he did get thrown off and was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah. Yeah. But,
But
again, more great football. I mean, I was definitely having flashbacks when they were down to we always go back to that Super Bowl against the
Mm,
Falcons. Yes, like, by Falcons, like, they like, we haven't seen them since that
no,
Super Bowl,
no.
and, I just yeah, and then, you can never underestimate the power of Brady.
Seriously, and with Gronk the two of them, when they connect, it's magic.
It is magic, and then
I wanna
again
just
yes, and then again, coming down to the damn kicker, Cooper Cup.
oh, Cooper
Cup
Cup.
coming down to the kicker and, getting those last 3 points in for them, and
Well, good for Stafford. I mean, honestly, playing with the Lions as long as he did and then coming to a team and actually playing
yeah.
really great football, although it will be kinda cool if for us LA people, if the Rams made it to the Super Bowl and they're playing at SoFi, so it's
Yeah.
like, that's pretty damn cool if that happened, so
Oh, that'd be
also,
cool. Yeah.
side note, did
Yeah.
you see the Pepsi commercial teaser for the halftime show?
No, but it's gonna be like an epic halftime show this year, right?
Girl,
But give me
the
give me the
teaser
rundown.
so it starts off, right, with
Okay.
Dr. Dre playing chess against no one but himself, right? Right?
Okay.
That's where it
Okay.
starts. Then Eminem is scribbling words in front of him on nothing, and Slim Shady's on the other side throwing things at Eminem, and they're throwing shit at each other, and it's amazing. And then it
But was
stops,
it the
and
real
his
Slim
phone rings.
Shady?
No, it was like a weird CGI of the real Slim Shady. I got it, but I was slow and blonde.
No, keep going. I'm living for this. I'm living for this. Okay, keep going.
Okay. So then Eminem gets a text, so he looks at it, he goes, and then he leaves, and you just see an airplane. Then you see Snoop Dogg in this car that's going up and down and up and down and up and down, and it's just trying. And then he gets a text, so he does a U-turn in the middle of I don't know, wherever he is in LA. And he
Yeah.
does a U-turn and he's going and he's going. And then Mary J. Blige is there. And then she's in a photo shoot and looking all fly because, oh my God, that woman does not age. She is gorgeous. And I'm like, what is happening? Anyways, she's getting her makeup done. Her phone rings. She looks at it and she's like, mm-hmm. Then it goes to Kendrick Lamar, who's scribbling on paper, and the stuff he likes floats next to him, and the stuff he hates is in a ball next to him. And it's just weird. Then the the papers go up, it goes to the ocean becomes a piano, and there's Dr. Dre just walking on the beach, coming right at you. And then they all meet up at the airport and walk to the stadium. Oh, it was girl.
It is gonna be epic. Wait, who was sending the text? Dr. Dre? Or do we not
I
know?
I didn't know. So I'm assuming it could have been Dre or it was like Pepsi.
It could have been Pepsi.
It could have been Pepsi.
It could have been Pepsi sending them all a text to be like, "Hey, meet on the plane and let's do this. Let's have the most epic halftime ever." Oh my god.
I am so ready for this halftime show.
That is gonna be so freaking good. And yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. Like if the Rams get that will be exciting for
I
LA.
know.
That
It
really will
will.
be. Okay, well, I'll say it here and now. Bengals Rams Super Bowl.
That's the most random Super Bowl, but I I'll 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 go with it.
I love that it's so random though. Like I love it. It's
I
so
know.
exciting.
I was talking to someone, I was like, "Is this like the best season of football we've ever had before?" Because it's been completely unpredictable the entire time, and it's actually been fun because you don't know what you're getting. I'm like, "Is this really the best football we've ever seen?" I don't know. I think
Maybe
so.
we had this before back when the Patriots actually sucked. And like maybe it's like every 10 years or so there's this change, although the Pats have been great for about 20 years
Yeah.
now, which, it sucks. It sucks to think that
It
we
sucks
might be
for
going through a
everybody.
time of like, rebuild, but it's okay.
It's
Um
fine.
but yeah, great football, great. I'm excited to see the AFC and NFC championships. And we'll go from there. But yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
great. It's so
I'm so
great. Anything
excited.
else you want to add?
No?
I'm
Question
trying to
mark?
think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed our text exchange.
Okay,
especially when you
sweet.
started explaining to me what was happening, even though I was watching the game.
Well, because you said, "What is happening?" And I know Haley, and I know that you say that term quite frequently, but I took it literally
I
again
know.
because my brain is mush. I thought you were actually genuinely asking me what was
I
happening, so I
know.
just
It
did
was
the
very
play-by-play.
sweet. I
And
loved your play-by-play.
I was like, "Whoops." Oh, no, I remember what I wanted to say.
Yes.
So NFL on Fox, I believe, kept having the best memes of the weekend. Did you see? I think I reshared it on our Boston Blondes page. I put it on my story. But when the Bengals beat the Titans and they had that scene from The Hangover
Oh
where
my
the
god,
guys are in
yes.
the car and it's like Titans, 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 and then all of a sudden the tiger in the back seat starts
Yes!
waking up. I was like, "Oh, this is great. This is great." They just were on point with the
They were
memes
pretty
this
good
week.
with the memes.
They were cracking me up. I was like, "Oh, this is good. This is good." But yes, all right. Well, we will be back next week as
Yes.
we
Oh my
dissect
god.
the championship series and who's going to the Super Bowl.
And some new
And
self-care routines.
my self-care routine, my cupping face, we'll
Yep.
get that underway, and that will be great. And yeah, and hopefully just kick COVID to the curb. I'm tired
Goodbye,
of this.
COVID.
Yeah. No, but I'll be
Yeah.
back at the Canes game tomorrow. We play Vegas Golden Knights. So just hopefully I can get through it. I
Yes,
mean, I
you
am
got it, girl.
out of
You
quarantine,
just
so we're
make
good.
sure that you bring your notes with you so that when you forget something, you can just reference a
Well, that's what
card.
I'm nervous about. It's not so much
Yeah.
I'm like I'm over I'm the quarantine is over and everything. It's just my brain. I'm like,
Yeah.
will I be able to
Just bring, like,
remember?
little note Post-it notes and stick
Yes.
them everywhere.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna need
You're
that. Thank God
welcome.
it's a Tuesday night game because I don't think, it's a Tuesday night game, so
Yeah. They're not
I'll
usually
have a warm up
crazy.
before the weekend games. But
Exactly.
all right, girl. Well, I know you got a busy day. I'm gonna get this going. We are make sure you listen
Yeah.
to us on iHeart and Spotify. And also if you want to watch, you can watch on
Mhm.
YouTube and be sure to follow us on Instagram at is it Boston Blondes official or official Boston Blondes? I always
I
forget.
think it's official Boston Blondes.
Okay.
At official Boston
At
Blondes.
official Boston Blonde. All right, girl. I love
All
you.
right, girl. I love you.
I'll talk to
I'll
you
see you
later.
soon.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.